Magnificat anima mea Dominum,
et exulta in spiritus meus, in Deo salutari meo,
quia respexit humilitatem mansile sue, ex enim ex hoc beata medicent omnes generationes.
quia fecit me magna qui potens est, et sanctum nomen eius,
Et misericordia eius a progenie in progenies, dimentibus eum,
fecit potentiam in brachio suum, dispersit superbos mente cordis sui,
deposuit potentes sede, et exaltavit humildes.
Surientes simple vit bonis, et divit est misit inane.
Suscepit Israel puerum suum, recordatus misericordiae suae,
Sicut locutus estat Patres nostros, Abraham et semini eius in saecula.
gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto,
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
The Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will, by the servant of God, Luisa Picaretta, little daughter of the Divine Will. For private use only. Meditations for the month of May, for the House of the Divine Will. May 6, 1930. Luisa Picaretta. Fiat. JMJ. Maternal Appeal of the Queen of Heaven. Dearest daughter, I feel the irresistible need to descend from heaven to make you my maternal visits. If you assure me of your filial love and faithfulness, I will remain always with you in your soul, to be your teacher, model, example, and most tender mother. I come to invite you to enter into the kingdom of your Mama, that is, the kingdom of the Divine Will, and I knock at the door of your heart, that you may open it to me. You know, with my own hands I bring you this book as gift. I offer it to you with maternal care, so that in your turn, in reading it, you may learn to live of heaven and no longer of earth. This book is of gold, my child. It will form your spiritual fortune, your happiness, also terrestrial. In it you will find the font of all goods. If you are weak, you will acquire strength. If you are tempted, you will achieve victory. If you have fallen into sin, you will find the pitying and powerful hand that will lift you up again. If you feel afflicted, you will find comfort. If cold, the sure means to get warm. If hungry, you will enjoy the delicious food of the divine will. With it you will lack nothing. You will no longer be alone, because your mama will keep you sweet company, and with her every maternal care, she will take on the commitment of making you happy. I, the Celestial Empress, will take care of all your needs, provided that you consent to live united with me. If you knew my yearnings, my ardent sighs, and also the tears I shed for my children, if you knew how I burn with the desire that you listen to my lessons, all of heaven, and learn to live of divine will. In this book, you will see wonders. You will find a mama who loves you so much as to sacrifice her own beloved son for you, in order to allow you to live of that same life of which she lived upon earth. Oh, please, do not give me this sorrow. Do not reject me. Accept this gift of heaven that I am bringing you. Welcome my visit, my lessons. Know that I will go throughout the whole world. I will go to each individual, to all families, to religious communities, to every nation, to all peoples. And if needed, I will go around for entire centuries, until as queen, I have formed my people, and as mother, my children, who would know the divine will and let it reign everywhere. Here is the purpose of this book explained to you. Those who will welcome it, with love, will be the first fortunate children who will belong to the kingdom of the divine Fiat. And I, with gold characters, will write their names in my maternal heart. See, my child, that same infinite love of God, which in redemption wanted to use me in order to make the eternal word descend upon earth, is now calling me into the field once again, entrusting to me the difficult task, the sublime mandate of forming on earth the children of the kingdom of his divine will. Therefore, with maternal care I set to work, and I prepare for you the way which will lead you to this happy kingdom. For this purpose, I will give you sublime and celestial lessons, and finally, I will teach you special and new prayers, through which you will commit the heavens, the sun, the creation, my very life and that of my Son, and all the acts of the saints, so that in your name they may impetrate the adorable kingdom of the divine will. These prayers are the most powerful, because they bind the very divine operating. By means of them, God will feel disarmed and conquered by the creature. Confident of this help, you will hasten the coming of his most happy kingdom, and with me, you will obtain that the divine will be done on earth as it is in heaven, according to the desire of the divine master. Courage, my daughter. Make me content, and I will bless you. Prayer to the Celestial Queen for each day of the month of May. Immaculate Queen, my celestial mother, I come onto your maternal knees to abandon myself in your arms as your dear daughter, in order to ask of you, with the most ardent sighs, in this month consecrated to you, the greatest of graces, that you admit me to live in the kingdom of the divine will. Holy Mamma, you who are the queen of this kingdom, admit me to live in it as your daughter, that it may no longer be deserted, but populated by your children. Therefore, Sovereign Queen, I entrust myself to you, that you may lead my steps in the kingdom of the divine will. And as I cling to your maternal hand, you will lead all my being to live perennial life in the divine will. You will be my Mamma, and to you, as my Mamma, I deliver my will, that you may exchange it with the divine will, and so I may be sure I will not go out of its kingdom. Therefore I pray you to illumine me, in order to make me comprehend what will of God means. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now, and at the hour of our death. Amen. Little Sacrifice of the Month. Each morning, midday, and night, 3 times a day, let us go onto the knees of our celestial Mamma and say to her, My Mamma, I love you, and you, love me, and give a sip of divine will to my soul. Give me your blessing, that I may do all of my actions under your maternal gaze. The Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will. Day 10. The Queen of Heaven in the Kingdom of the Divine Will. Dawn that rises to put to flight the night of the human will. Her glorious birth. The soul to the Queen of Heaven. Here I am, O Holy Mamma, near your cradle, to be spectator of your prodigious birth. The heavens are stupefied. The sun is fixed upon you with its light. The earth exults with joy and feels honored to be inhabited by its little newborn queen. The angels compete among themselves in surrounding your cradle to honor you and to be ready for your wishes. So all honor you and want to celebrate your birth. I too unite myself with all and prostrate before your cradle, where I see, as though enraptured, your mother Anne and your father Joachim. I want to tell you my first word. I want to entrust to you my first secret. I want to empty my heart into yours and say to you, My Mamma, you who are the dawn, herald of the divine Fiat upon the earth, oh please, put to flight the gloomy night of the human will in my soul and in the whole world. Ah yes, may your birth be our hope, which like a new dawn of grace may regenerate us in the kingdom of the divine will. Lesson of the Newborn Queen. Child of my heart, my birth was prodigious. No other birth can be said to be similar to mine. I enclosed within myself the heaven, the sun of the divine will, and also the earth of my humanity, but a blessed and holy earth, which enclosed the most beautiful flowerings. And even though I was just newly born, I enclosed the prodigy of the greatest prodigies, the divine will reigning in me, which enclosed in me a heaven more beautiful, a sun more refulgent than those of creation, of which I was also queen, as well as a sea of graces without boundaries, which constantly murmured, "Love, love to my Creator." Therefore my birth was the true dawn that puts to flight the night of the human will. And as I kept growing, I formed the daybreak and called for the brightest daylight to make the sun of the eternal word rise over the earth. My child, come into my cradle to listen to your tiny little mama. As soon as I was born, I opened my eyes to see this low world, to go in search of all my children, in order to enclose them in my heart, give them my maternal love, and regenerating them to the new life of love and of grace, give them the step to let them enter into the kingdom of the divine Fiat, of which I was the possessor. I wanted to act as queen and as mother, enclosing everyone in my heart, to place everyone in safety, and give them the great gift of the divine kingdom. In my heart I had a place for everyone, because for one who possesses the divine will there are no constraints, but infinite expanses. Therefore I looked also at you, my child. No one escaped me. And since on that day everyone celebrated my birth, it was also feast for me. But upon opening my eyes to the light, I had the sorrow of seeing the creatures in the thick night of the human will. Oh, in what an abyss of darkness the creature who lets herself be dominated by her will finds herself enwrapped. It is the true night, but a night with no stars, at most a few fleeting lightnings, which are easily followed by thunders, which in roaring thicken the darkness even more, and unload the storm over the poor creature. Storms of fear, of weaknesses, of dangers, of falling into evil. My little heart remained pierced in seeing my children in this horrible storm, in which the night of the human will had overwhelmed them. Now listen to your little mama. I am still in the cradle. I am little. Look at my tears that I shed for you. Every time you do your will, it is a night that you form for yourself. And if you knew how much this night harms you, you would cry with me. It makes you lose the light of the day of the holy will. It turns you upside down. It paralyzes you to good. It breaks true love in you. And you remain like a poor ill one who lacks the necessary things to get well. Ah, my child, dear child, listen to me. Never do your will. Give me your word that you will make your tiny little mama content. The soul. Holy little mama, I feel myself trembling in hearing of the ugly night of my will. Therefore I am here, at your cradle, to ask of you the grace that by your prodigious birth you make me be reborn in the divine will. I will be always near you, celestial little baby. I will unite my prayers and my tears to yours, to impetrate for myself and for all the kingdom of the divine will upon earth. little sacrifice. Today, to honor me, you will come 3 times to visit me in my cradle, saying to me each time, "Celestial little baby, make me be reborn together with you in the life of the divine will." Ejaculatory prayer. My little Mama, make the dawn of the divine will rise within my soul. You have reached the end of day 10 of the Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will. Fiat.